What
What
about
you
you?
got for us, doggy?
All right, man. I have here a video that basically addresses the red pill culture, right? So I'm going to play the video and then we're going to talk about it.
Thing as incompatibility. It's a term made up by divorce attorneys to justify divorce. We're all incompatible because we're all different. Nobody's going to be completely compatible with you because nobody's exactly like you. So no matter who you're with and who you married, you're going to be incompatible. The truth is, you can get along with anybody that you choose to get along with, and you can choose to love anybody that you choose to love. Now, if I were to summarize thousands of hours of marriage counseling in 2 words, this is going to save you a lot of money. Here are the 2 words you need to hear that will make your marriage a success. Grow up! Such thing as incompatibility.
They laugh. They laugh. Some of these same people will get divorces. It's not funny to me
Yeah, man.
because now you have a whole section of a platform that's dedicated to talking about how dangerous marriage, and we play the blame game. Let me explain something. The Garden of Eden, when Eve ate the apple, God came to Adam. He
Or the
didn't
fruit.
Yeah, apple or the fruit.
Yeah.
He came to Adam. Eve ate the fruit. He came to the dude and he said, "Yo, what happened?" And he said, "Hey, this chick that you got me ate the fruit and then gave it to me." He started to blame the woman. Human nature isn't that complicated. To be able to say that a divorce is dangerous because the woman can leave you and take all your money, firstly, you don't understand marriage because marriage isn't a contract. It's not. It's simply not. Secondly, any marriage that breaks down, irregardless of who brought up the divorce, it's a breakdown of the marriage, not a breakdown of one person or the other. So when someone who has spent thousands of hours counseling people through not getting divorces, hoping that they don't get divorces, comes out and says that the reason that divorces happen, the number one reason, is because people don't grow up, people aren't grown up, you have to understand that.
Yeah. That's something interesting because you do have to grow because why? You have to make the choices. I think a lot of times why people are in the state of I guess not growing up because they do the attitudes, they do the fits. It's not going their way, so they act in a unbashed way. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's not is not what's the word they acting like, yeah, you acting like kids.
Yes.
That's what, when kids don't get what they want, they through fits, they don't communicate well. They just act out. and
Yes.
and and that's how a lot of people are doing. They aren't growing up, or they need to do more growing up because they don't know how to handle themselves or communicate when things are not going their way, and when they need to make decisions or work together
Yes.
and things aren't happening. Now, like how he was saying, not compatible because we don't get along here, we don't like the same thing here, or whatever. I like what he said about choosing. You could choose to like somebody or you could choose to not like somebody.
Facts.
I could choose to not like somebody just because he got purple hair. I don't
Yeah.
like him because he got purple hair. Like, I don't
Yes.
like purple.
Yes.
Or I could be like, well, I don't like purple hair, but I could bypass that and focus on something else. Or
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like, you could choose who you want to like or not.
Yeah.
Don't you choose what chicken you want from the pot or not? Don't you choose what pancake you want to slice open or whatever the heck? Don't you choose the restaurant you want to go to?
You you know what's crazy? When someone is in a relationship and they start to spend time with someone else, all of a sudden they say, "I'm in love with this other person." Well, yeah, no crap. You've spent a bunch of time texting them. You've probably hung out with them a couple of times. You spent time on the phone. And then all of a sudden, you don't think that your relationship is going to work out because you love this other person. You forgot all the time you invested into them. You chose to invest that time in them. That's the whole point.
And yeah, I think a big one is the part where he says choosing, because nowadays people think, oh, I'm falling in love, and and it's just this whole thing
He's
of
not the
they're
one.
yeah, like the sense of you don't control who you fall in love with. What are you talking about?
Yes.
That's how I know you don't know. That's what somebody when you hear somebody say, "Oh, I it, love chose us. We didn't choose to love each other." What are you? They don't know what love is. Then
Yeah, they have
what are you
no idea
talking
what they're
about?
doing. They have no idea.
No idea what you talking, bro. This is
Zero.
not Disney.
Zero.
That
Zero.
is a main way to find out if somebody don't if somebody ever tell you that. That's how you know they really don't know what love is, because
Yes.
love is an action and it's a choice. Like
Yeah.
you love an action and you choose to do it.
Your emotions accompany your actions.
Yeah.
You, with the brain, get to choose how you act, and then how you feel follows that.
For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. Like God loved us in that way.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
and so when I hear somebody say, "Yeah, we just fell in love," or "Love chose us," and people just fall in love all the time, so maybe that's not the one I would look at so much, because people mean different things.
Yeah.
But "Love chose us" one, that's the obviously stupid one.
Or he's my
Le-
soulmate.
yeah, so the choosing one, when he mentioned that, that stood out, because you do make the choice. You make the choice of who you want to be around, and you make choices. Like choices have to be made.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way around it. It just didn't just happen. This is not an accident on the road
Yeah.
or something like that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I bring up the soulmate thing because I want people to understand something. If at any point you feel like someone is your compatible half or your soulmate, that doesn't last. It doesn't last because when you're going through a disagreement or you're going through a very hard time for a prolonged period of time, you have to remember that the mindset you're in going through the conflict is simply not the same as when you call the person your soulmate. A couple of things I want to address. The first time I heard it put together was by Jordan Peterson. Second time I heard it explained in a different way was Pints with Aquinas. That's his YouTube. Pints with Aquinas, he actually called these men effeminate men. He straight up called
Oh
them
Lord.
effeminate men. So the way Jordan Peterson explains it is he says the men that simply go around doing whatever they want with females without bridling
Loins.
their humanistic nature, those are little boys. Jordan Peterson
Oof.
basically called them little boys. Pints with Aquinas called them effeminate men. Men who run around like little children, like little girls, flailing their arms everywhere. Yes, I am calling these people out who go around doing stuff with women and are happy about it because men are able to do it without being affected mentally. They say women are affected mentally, but men aren't. Right? Some people have gone as far as it's a handshake between men and women. It's a simple handshake. I can do this stuff with this woman while having my wife at home and
That's a lie, bro.
not have any affection toward that woman.
And that's the lies that the enemy is good at making people believe.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? You could do this. You're a man. Men do that. It's funny because all these type of things are established, and now people are believing it to be truths when they don't know what's going on in the spiritual realm with their souls when they do that. They don't have the realization with their spirit, all the uncleanness that they bring. It's a whole lot of stuff happening but you might not feel physically, but it's happening in ways you can't see. And then shoot, some people get both the worst of both worlds, where now you got a disease and and spiritually, mentally you're done. You know, it eats people totally. Some people totally, and then some people just get one side of the coin, or feel it one side of the coin more
Yeah.
than the other side.
Yeah. But I do want to keep it tangible. I want to keep it tangible because these are
Okay.
non-Christian people who have no idea what the spiritual nature of what they're doing is.
Yes.
Because I agree with you 100%. The Bible says those who lay with prostitutes do not understand that they become one body with them. right? So you will never marry a woman who practices sexual things as a professional practice. You will never marry them, but remember, you have become one body with them, but you don't understand the implications of that spiritually. So I'm going to move on from that. So Sneeko, he recently went on Fresh and Fit, and he out of the mouth, he said, you men preach self-control to the utmost degree, even to the degree of foregoing all things around you, exporting them out for other people to do them for you in order to get to the highest level of being high value. Yet in the same breath, you do not forsake the primitive, simple nature of pleasure of being with random women. You cannot forego that, but yet you advise men to forego many other disciplines that obviously do not add any value to their life. So the problem with this is the men who do this, the men who go around sleeping with different women, however often, you have to remember that they say that sleeping with different women does not affect them in any way, shape, or form, because we are different than women. A woman has to have affection for the person whom they lay with. Yeah, that's a lie, because there are women in the sexual professional field.
Yeah,
Right?
hey.
That's a
Yeah, yeah, they out there. You see what I'm saying? Like these are the type of lies that, people are believing, and so they think they have the license to do stuff because, well, I'm not gonna be affected, but she will, or, but those are all lies, as you were,
Yes.
describing.
Yes. So by women being in the sexual profession and by women who don't do that, we understand that there's a choice. You say, well, there's only a few women who practice that, but still they are women and they make the choice. Like we're saying, it's a choice to do something or not to do it. So you're looking for the woman who has never laid with another person, but in the same breath, you rebuke the woman who lays with multiple people. There's a choice. They're making a choice. You, on the same hand, as a man, you lay with multiple people, and in the same breath, you praise the ability for a man to raise a family. You think it doesn't affect you at all. Yeah, right. Go ahead and ask all the men who freely sleep around with women and examine their personal marriages. As a matter of fact, most of these men are not married. Most of these men preach for you to be married at a later time in life. It's disgusting. It's nasty. It's gross. How is a grown man like you not bridling your loins as a grown person, yet you sit there and offer advice to people, to young men? That is so wrong.
Man, real quick, since you brought that up, the Breakfast Club was talking about this. They're talking about basically get your whole phase.
Oh Lord, no.
I probably agree with DJ Envy more because he was opposed to it.
So Run the World, who joined us earlier, we're talking whole phases. We're asking, do you need a whole phase? Do you think people need a whole phase? Erica, we'll start with you.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Oh, Lord.
Yes. I hate I miss mine. With a
Really?
You
passion.
got time? You still here?
No, I don't got, I mean, I can't be,
He's
Yeah, it's
stupid,
crazy.
man. He's stupid.
Yeah, he just be saying stuff, man. Charlamagne, man, he just be saying what's popular.
Yeah.
years old and want to start being a hoe.
Who says?
Me, I just think I missed it. I missed the good years.
Oh, it
being-
ain't nothing but a number.
and I missed it though, and I think you really do need it. Like how they say about men, or he need to sow his warrior oats.
Royal Oats, yeah.
Yeah, see, women got to do the same thing. I think so because in my situation, I was with somebody, my first love, like from age 15 to age 23.
Yeah.
So I was just with that one person all them years. Then right after him, like I had a 3 months or 4 month break. I was with my little girl there, and I was with him 7-8 years. So I missed it.
But see, if you get with another man, my concern would be, damn, hearing you constantly say you missed it. Because when somebody says they constantly miss something, if there's an opportunity to go do that
They might
something,
take it.
they might take it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, You might be right. But
You know what I'm saying?
You might be right about that because I do be thinking about like, dang. But now it's like, now times don't change now. Now I be kind of scared. I don't want to be like a little whore now because you know there's so much going on out here in the world. So I'm kind of, you know,
You scared
I'm
of
good now.
monkeypox?
Huh?
Scared of monkeypox?
Yeah, I'm scared of all that stuff.
everything.
I'm scared of everything. So I'm kind of good. That's why when I was messing with the little young guy,
To meet people that you might have always wanted to meet, or people that you might have used to fantasize over, but now you get the opportunity to, you know, take them down.
yeah, but when you in the industry and you behind the scenes,
Man, I'm gonna stop it right there. A lot of people believe, you know, they need to get it in before they miss their time because the fear of missing out. The FOMO is what they say, right? Fear of missing out, and then because you've been with one person, you want to. It's twisted, bro.
I'm gonna say it. I don't think I'm the first person to say it, but I am just gonna say it in the face of the red pill community. A man who goes around having intercourse with different women, it does affect you. It does affect you.
It does.
You're not special.
And Holy Duel is standing strong on that.
Oh heck yes.
I think it's the first one we announced.
Yeah. Because we gotta be sure of this. The Bible calls the women who do this, what is it? Calls them whores or prostitutes, and it calls the men who do this wasters. So it doesn't ignore men. It calls them a specific name. It calls them the name that you call women. It's no different. So a man who does this with people, examine his marital life down the road and tell me if he is as involved with his wife as he would be if he didn't sleep around with multiple people. Because, frankly speaking, if you do this, if you practice this as a man, there is no way on this God-given earth that you can lay with your wife and completely 100% be with that woman in full intimacy. You have to be able to be with her in full intimacy because that's what marriage is. Marriage is 100% intimacy with the person that you're with. So yes, sleep with all the women that you want. It affects you none psychologically.
Oh, you know what I just thought about too, and this is more on the biblical side, but it's just from Genesis.
Do it, man.
God made Adam one wife. Why
One.
why didn't he make them two? If we were meant to be with more than one person, right? Don't you think God would have made us two helpers
Of course.
or two help meets? But he made them one. Why?
He couldn't even
Why?
he couldn't even handle one all the way.
Bro, it was established for one man and one woman from the beginning. Why are we adding and subtracting?
People aren't using that's the new trend for today. Sleep with all the women that you want because you're a man and it doesn't affect you. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's continue to be stupid. Yes.
People have to think they're missing out if they don't have multiple partners and experience and soil the royal oats. Like, what the heck is
There's nothing royal about that. Soil or peasant oats. That's what that is.
this?
Peasants.
It's crazy, but yeah, man, this is how most people in the college world and things of they want to get out there and get busy. Like at college years, we got to party up. We got to
Yes.
we got to be bro.
Hey,
This is what people do.
we say that society is falling from Judeo-Christian values and standards, but in the same breath, we're advertising men sleeping around with women, and there will be no repercussions. Yeah, sure, that's exactly what they said when birth control came out. What's the result 50 years later? Women can't pair bond. She's out in these streets. Leave her alone. Like, dude, like, people think they're so smart until 10, 20, 30 years down the line, they realize that what they've been peddling is just a bunch of crap. So I'm done with this.
We out of here.
Hopefully this makes it to someone in the red pill community. They watch it and they have something to say about it, because I am so sick of this. It's disgusting. You have a bunch of man whores out here, basically.
Poking everybody in the streets.
Everything.
We ain't talking about with knives, neither.